I'm Jerry Byrne, Irish Radio it is. Now, since lockdown, I was speaking to many of the great and the good of Irish entertainment. My next guest was born into a family steeped in music in the heart of Killarney in County Kerry. An accomplished musician, having played traditional Irish music all over the world, being easily recognised for his unique accordion style. And he's more than one string to his bow, though. Daniel O'Donnell actually once described his voice as heartwarming in a newspaper column. He released a song entitled To An Hour Day Will Come that went straight into the Irish charts for 26 weeks. It raised actually over €15,000 for the Irish Children's Hospital in Crumlin. He's back now with a brand new single, Eileen McMahon. I'm delighted to say hello to Neily O'Connor. Neily, how are you?
I'm very good. Good evening, Jerry, and good evening to all your listeners all over the world.
Listen, it's lovely to catch up with you. You've been steeped and involved in Irish music for a long time.
I have, and I was born into traditional Irish music. I suppose I'm really here in the heart of Slieve Lucre. Slieve Lucre, as people would know, is just outside Killarney, and it's very, very well known for its music, song and dance, and I'm involved in music all my entire life.
Right, excellent stuff. And you've got a particular style to your accordion playing.
But anybody knows Slieve Lucre music, it's always pretty lively. And like if I was asked one night, I was kind of self-taught. Even my father was a renowned musician here locally and a great musician. But I was playing one night here in Killarney in the Gleneagles Hotel. And after finishing, this guy comes up to me and he says, "How did you learn your music? Was it by note or by ear?" And I said, "I haven't a note in my head." He said, "You don't, they're all in your pocket." So my music, I suppose, speaks for itself, self-taught, and it's a good, lively style.
Right, okay. Now, you've literally, at this stage, Neily, you've travelled the world.
I have travelled the world, all right. Actually, I've been in Chicago many times, all over America, really, to all the Gaelic parks. I've been to England, I've been to London only, and I was due to go back there again, I think, maybe last March, April. And I was going over to a man by the name of Jim Fiddlegate in the heart of London there, because I do a lot of the Cayley scene as well, where they do the Cayley Irish dancing. But obviously the songs I would have obviously sing maybe during part of that, and they always seem to feature quite well. So I suppose that's why I decided maybe during the lockdown to concentrate a little bit more on the voice.
Right, okay. And tell me this, you raised a phenomenal amount of money, €15,000 for the Irish Children's Hospital in Crumlin with your song.
I did. That was some years ago, actually. There was a gentleman here in County Kerry by the name of Tommy James. I never met him in my entire life, and I won't keep you too long, as the fellow would say, but I'll just tell you very briefly. He rang me on this particular evening. He said, "Would you sing a song for me?" And I thought he would, "Would you sing this song over the phone?" And I said, which song? I know, he said, I'm after writing the words of this song. He said, "Would you record it?" I said, "I'd love to," and I'm very good. I like music, and I suppose, composing music. So I composed the air, and we kind of co-wrote the song, and the song was called "When Our Day Will Come." So we released it, and all the proceeds was to go to the Irish Children's Hospital in Dublin. And lo and behold, the song just took off. It got into the National Irish charts, and it featured there for about 26 weeks, and it raised over €15,000 for that hospital.
That is absolutely amazing, really incredible. And
Thank you very much.
Well done on that. Now, your latest offering is a single you've recorded, obviously, during the lockdown, is an old one from many, many moons ago, Eileen McMahon.
Eileen McMahon. Sometimes it can be called Eileen McManus, but I'm reliably informed it is actually Eileen McMahon. And I suppose, I being a Killarney man, I always liked the song, but I never actually thought about recording it. I don't know why. But when it came to the lockdown, a friend of mine in North Kerry, a man by the name of Jimmy Goggin, he said, "Maybe you should release a song called Eileen McMahon." And it had been in my mind all right. So then I sat down and I worked on it. And I really fell in love with it. And the words, I think, are so nice. And when you get onto the fourth verse really is all about Killarney, Muckross, Ahado, the Devil's Punch Bowl, and these are all outside my front door. And then it says in my home, Killarney, and that's my town. And I said, I have to record it. So as I said, the lockdown, it suited me in a way, and I put a lot of time into the recording. And look, I hope the finished product it sounds as good as the time I put into it.
Yes, indeed. Sounds very good. I actually do believe that the original of, I know it's debatable and somebody will say you're wrong, but I do believe that the original title of that song is Eileen McMahon.
I think you're correct. Yes, I would. Now, I hadn't spoken to you before, obviously, but I had done some research, and there's a man here by the name of Dermot Moriarty. Dermot does a country show here in Kerry as well, and he's kind of the encyclopedia or the Bible of the Irish country scene, and he kind of reliably informed me as well. You're correct there. It is Eileen McMahon.
Yes. I know Dermot very well from many years ago indeed. In radio. No, it is. Yes, it is Eileen McMahon, and I think the song is. It was recorded actually. Two's Company recorded it in 1969.
1969, correct? Yeah, that's roughly the year I was born. Isn't that amazing?
Right.
So I'm giving away my age there now, but sure, who cares? And they did a lovely version, and several other artists, including Neily O'Connor, recorded it as well. Foster Mellon, I think, had a version out as well. My version probably would be kind of more orchestral, and there'd be strings in it and stuff like that, and flutes. And I kind of sang it, as I said, that I knew the song like the back of my hand, and I really put the feeling into that song. So look, I hope the listeners enjoy my version.
Yes, no doubt they will. So tell me this: what have you been doing? I mean, you've been doing the work obviously with this, recording this song. But what else have you been doing since the lockdown and all the rest of it?
Since the lockdown, look, thank God, as I say, after the God that He blessed me with my two hands, because I'm quite good with my hands, and I've done a lot of work, we'll say, around the place. I've a little bit of property, a little bit of land, as we'd say, a small bit of farming, and do a lot of recording as well. I have an album almost finished, as I said, and I intend to release a double album as well, including traditional Irish music and a full album of songs as well. The problem with me is that I'm my own worst critic, and if I don't think it's 100%, honest to God, I just beat myself over it. So it takes me a long time to do recording simply for that purpose.
Right, okay. It's let's not. Hopefully, you're not too critical over the whole situation. But
hopefully not.
But I'll have to say, you have done some absolutely cracking stuff.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
It's truly amazing, Neily, the way that the things have worked out since this pandemic has hit. You must miss the playing and miss especially meeting the people?
I do. Now, I'm on the road. I was actually introduced on stage at the age of 7 by my brother Teddy, and my father, God rest his soul. They had a band going back in the day. And when I turned 16, I decided to take to the music full-time then. And I've often, I suppose, part of people that took a career break, and I said, that's something I would like to do sometime, but I never did. So in a way, COVID had kind of given me the opportunity to experience a career break in the music business. But I have to admit, it's gone on way too long. I think a couple of months would have been nice, but it's gone on too long now, as simple as that. There was, I suppose, a sense of taking a break from the music, looking in from the outside, reassessing where you're going with it, and I suppose it gave me that opportunity to do that.
Indeed, that's that is the other angle on it. But as you say, many of the artists that I've spoken to have said that they didn't mind initially. They thought it was fine. They were off for a couple of weeks and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of gone on now at a tremendous length, unfortunately. And
unfortunately,
yeah, indeed, and looks as though it will have to continue on for another period of time, anyhow.
It's not, I suppose there is positivity out there is no doubt about that, but I suppose until it becomes a reality, we'll just have to stay put and adhere to the guidelines. There is no doubt about that. I suppose being an entertainer, and I presume I could speak for most entertainers in this respect here, of course you miss You miss the lifestyle, you miss going out, you miss missing people. And I tell you, I'm a pioneer. That means I don't drink, and I never drank, I never smoked or things like that. And I always thought I wasn't a guy for socialising because I never really socialised and drank. But now I realise the music was actually ticking all those boxes. Do you know what I mean? And now that I don't have the music or go out, I really feel that, you know what I mean, isolation is probably starting to set in now, and I'm really starting to miss it.
Yes, I can well believe that, because, you got to remember when you were out, you had the whole buzz of the music, you had, you had the people, and you were meeting people, and you were talking to people, and it was, as well as being a social outlet for the people, it was a social outlet for you as well.
It was, and I'm a great guy for camaraderie, and I love being there on time at a gig, sitting down, having a chat with a couple of punters, get up on the stage, doing your show, coming off, having a bit of crack again, and, it is actually great, it was great for me, it was ticking all my boxes, and I've met a lot of people now around the place, and people still keep in contact, and they're all starting to find it now a little bit has gone on a bit too long. So look, we're all hoping here that there's an end in sight, and we can kind of get back to some type of normality. My fingers are crossed that yes, people will come back again and pick up where they left off.
Yes, I dare say so. I dare say when we, when there's a vaccine, which looks very good, to be honest, with the reports. So hopefully.
Yeah, I would say there's an Irish vaccine, I think, that's leading the way there, and the signs are very, very positive altogether. They're even saying maybe even by Christmas. But look, we won't get too optimistic. We'll stay positive.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, Neily, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you, lovely to chat with you. I wish you all the success in the world, and
thank you very much, Charlie.
Wish you loads of success with this, your new single, which is just released, hot off the presses. So, fingers crossed, it will do extremely well for you. And listen, when things change, hopefully we'll see you out and about on the road once again.